أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي آمين يا رب العالمين. Assalamu alaikum everyone and welcome back to Jama Mukassir. Previously we had studied various patterns for Jama Mukassir, alright, and this is the table that we have already covered in our previous video. Now we are going to start off with studying the examples, inshallah. So Rabbi Yasir, Wala Tuasir, wa Tamim bi Khair, Amin Ya Rabbal Alameen. Alright, so let's study the examples. First of all, we have the examples for these four patterns, alright, which indicate that the asma are less than 10 in number but more than 3. So between 3 to 10 is one of these four patterns. Okay, so our first example is the word ahzabun. Alright, it means groups, and the root word is hizbun. Notice I'm saying root word and not root letters. Alright, the root letters have been color coded. The first root letter is in blue, second root letter is in green, and the third root letter is in maroon color. Alright, so that's how I have color coded these for your ease. Okay, so root word is hizbun, it means a group, and ahzabun is the pattern of af'alun, and ahzabun means groups. Next example is the root word of ainun and I, and it has been used on the pattern of af'ulun. Alright, and it means eyes. It is a yunun. Then the next pattern is al-sinatun. Now notice I'm saying al-sinatun and not as-sinatu. That is because this lam here is not part of the is not part of the lam tarif. It's not lam tarif. It's the root letter of this root word. Okay, it means this is the root word. This is lisanun, and it means language or tongue in English. And al-sinatun, this is a pattern. Alright, this al is not mu'arraf bilam, alright, but it is a pattern. So al-sinatun, that's why we also have tanween here. Al-sinatun means languages or tongues. Then the next pattern is fi'latun, and the root word is ghulamun, which means a young boy, and if we use it in the pattern of fi'latun, we get ghilmatun, young boys. Alright, okay, now this example is ilahun, a god, and if we use this in the pattern of al-sinatun or af'ilatun rather, in the pattern of af'ilatun, we get this alihatun. Now whenever you get this combination, okay, you simply write it like this. That's why it becomes alihatun. There is no grammatical difference between these two. Alright, but that's how the script says. Okay, so this is something that I wanted to discuss. Now come the patterns that are used for asma that are more than 10 in number. So our first pattern was fu'lanun, and the example here is buldanun. Now the root word is baladun, which means a homeland or a country, and buldanun means countries or homelands. Okay, this is supposed to be countries or homelands. Next, once again, the pattern is fi'lanun, and the word is ghilmanun, and the root word is ghulamun, which is young boys. Alright, so the next pattern or the next example is Mirza. The root word is marizun, and it has been used in the pattern of fa'ala, and it becomes Mirza, patience. The next one is fa'alatun. Alright, this is the pattern fa'alatun, and the root word that we used is katibun. When used in fa'alatun, it becomes katabatun. It means writers. Then the next example is sujjadun. Notice this group. Okay, so our root word is sajidun, the one who prostrates, and its plural or its jama mukassir would be sujjadun. Okay, fu'alun pattern. Then we have fu'alun pattern, which is kuffarun, disbelievers, and the root word is kafirun. All right. Next examples, the patterns where there is a prolonged and sound. So we have fu'ulun, fi'alun, and fa'ilun. All right. What do we have here? We have qulubun, hearts. The root word is qalbun. Notice it is qalbun and not kalbun. I uh, I elaborated their difference. All right, so it's qalbun and not kalbun. All right, next example is azmun. It means a bone, and izamun is fi'alun pattern, and it means bones. Na'imun is or rather gifts. All right, ni'matun is the root word, and it means a gift. Then check this example, this word out. Fununun. The root word is fanun, and the root letters are fa, noon, and another noon. All right. So these two noons have been gathered, and they are, they are gathered together, and a tashdid gets added to them. Okay. So we have fanun, which becomes fununun. It's this pattern, qulubun. All right. Okay. Next we have the pattern where no additional letter is added to the jama mukassir. So we have fu'ulun, which becomes sururun from the word sarirun. It means beds. Alright, sarirun is singular, a bed, and sururun is beds. Next we have the word uqadun. We are very much familiar with this word already due to Suratul Falaq. So uqadun, knots, and its root word is uqdatun, a knot. Next we have isamun, which is the pattern of fi'alun, all right, and it means honor. Now in English there is no such thing as honors. uh, it's the honor, all right, but since we are talking about Arabic, and in Arabic there is a thing such as honors, that's why I wrote honors here. All right. So Ismatun is honor, and isamun is its jama mukassir, so honors. All right, the next one is tabqatun, a group, and its jama mukassir is on the pattern of fa'alun, therefore it is groups or tabaqun. Next example, once again we are very much familiar with these examples. So we have anbiya'u, and the root word is nabijun, prophets. Nabiyun is a prophet, and anbiya'u is prophets. Then the root word is khalifatun, and its jama mukassir is khulafa'u. It means successors. Next example is akabiru. Now the root word here is akbaru, the elite, and akabiru, akbaru is singular, of course, and akabiru is the plural, jama. And once again, there is no such thing as elites in English. It's the elite, all right. But since we are more concerned about the translation and the closest translation in Arabic, therefore we are going to write elites. Okay. Anyways, so we have akabiru, and the next example is ahadisu. Remember, this is afa'ilu and this is afa'ilu pattern. All right, hadisun, and then we have its jama mukassir, ahadisu. Now if we commonly translate it as saying, all right, or sayings if you're translating ahadisu, but the meaning that is closer in the dictionary is conversations. Okay, that's why I wrote conversations here. All right, the ones that begin with ma. So we have the word masajidu. All right, we have been studying this example a lot. and the root word is masjidun, and it becomes masajidu, mosques. Misbahun, a lamp or anything that illuminates, okay, and masabihu is lamps. Next we have qabailu, tribes, all right, and its root word is qabilatun, and kawakibu is stars, okay, and its root word is kaukabun. Now we are on the last group, which is the patterns for the 4 root lettered words. All right, so our first pattern is this salasilu. All right, and salasilu means chains, and its root word singular is silsilatun. All right, then next we have shayatinu. All right, and its root word is shaitanun, which means a devil, and shayatinu is devils. And our last example is asatizatun. All right, and all right, and it means teachers, and it's singular, or its root word is ustazan. All right, so these were our examples. Okay, I hope you understood these examples and the other basic example that I wanted to highlight, such as this. All right, and this one, ilahun. All right, so I hope these examples are clear to you, and I also hope that now you noticed how you can always make, or you can always work out the pattern by looking at uh, by looking at any word. All right, so if you have the word masabihu, for example, then, and if you know the root letters, which here are the swad, ba, and ha, you could always go back and work out its pattern. So masabihu is bound to be mafa'ilu pattern. Okay, one thing that I wanted to mention in the beginning actually is that you might have noticed some words, some patterns here are munsarif, while others are mabni or ghair munsarif. So the mabni ones are just one, okay, there's only one mabni pattern, which is marza or fa'ala, and most of them are munsarif that carry a tanween. All right, and some examples of ghair munsarif are these. So mafa'ilu, mafa'ilu, afa'ilu, afa'ilu, all these are ghair munsarif patterns. Alright, so we are done. In our next video, inshallah, we are going to look at this chart. Alright, and I'm going to elaborate on this chart in our next video, inshallah.